Hello friends, have you ever wondered which zodiac signs are secretly destined for the spotlight? You know, the ones who were practically born holding a microphone or a movie script in their hands. Let's find out which stars in the sky are most likely to make their mark right here on Earth, in lights, fame, and unforgettable charisma. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Let's begin with Aries, the fearless trailblazer. Aries doesn't just walk into a room, they ignite it. The first sign of the zodiac, ruled by fiery Mars, Aries carries the energy of beginnings, passion, and courage. They don't wait for opportunity. They chase it down like it owes them money. When others hesitate, Aries acts. They're impulsive, yes, but that's their superpower. They leap before the net appears, and somehow, the net always does. Aries thrives in competition, whether on stage, in business, or in life. Their energy commands attention. People can sense when an Aries walks in, it's almost electric. Fame feels natural to them, not because they crave attention, but because they embody action and leadership. They're the heroes of their own stories, unafraid to take risks that others might shy away from. In the world of fame, Aries often find themselves as pioneers, the first to try something bold or controversial. Think of Lady Gaga transforming pop culture with her unapologetic creativity, or Robert Downey Jr. rising from the ashes of adversity to redefine what a Hollywood comeback looks like. Aries have this innate ability to reinvent themselves, to burn and rebuild with more power each time. When they fall, they don't just stand up, they sprint forward. That relentless energy makes them unforgettable. Aries' fame is often born from authenticity. They don't fake passion, they are passion. Their drive can border on obsession, but it's this intensity that separates them from the crowd. They have no patience for mediocrity. They aim for excellence and often achieve it before anyone else even begins. Aries is also fiercely independent. They'd rather fail on their own terms than succeed under someone else's control. That's why so many Aries become leaders, founders, or icons in their fields. But what truly fuels an Aries' fame isn't just talent, it's courage. They're not afraid to be misunderstood. They'll say what others are afraid to say, do what others are too cautious to do. That bravery draws people in. Even their controversies add to their mythos. People don't just admire Aries, they feel them. Their energy becomes a story everyone wants to follow. When an Aries sets a goal, it's not a wish, it's a declaration of war against the impossible. And the universe? It always seems to surrender. So, when you see someone making bold moves, stirring change, or lighting fires wherever they go, don't be surprised if they're an Aries. Fame, for them, isn't a dream, it's destiny written in flames. Now, Taurus, calm, grounded, but secretly craving luxury and recognition. At first glance, Taurus seems too composed, too patient, to chase the chaos of fame. But beneath that serene exterior lies an unshakable ambition wrapped in velvet. Taurus doesn't rush, they build. Like an artist sculpting marble, they carve their path to success with steady, deliberate strokes. Their ruler, Venus, blesses them with an appreciation for beauty, art, and comfort, and yes, luxury. But for Taurus, fame isn't about attention. It's about stability, legacy, and reward for their unwavering effort. Taurus becomes famous not overnight, but over time. They're not the type to explode onto the scene and burn out. Instead, they grow roots, deep, powerful roots that make their success last. They thrive in fields that require endurance and consistency: music, business, design, or any creative pursuit that rewards patience. Think of Adele's voice, dripping with emotion and timeless control, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's unstoppable discipline. Both embody Taurus energy, grounded, loyal, yet absolutely magnetic. What makes Taurus so fascinating is their quiet power. They don't scream for attention, they command it. People are drawn to their calm confidence and sensual charm. Fame finds them because the world can't resist the energy of someone who knows exactly who they are. They radiate self-assurance, and that's intoxicating. Their fame feels earned, not gifted. Every success story of a Taurus has one thing in common: hard work wrapped in grace. Taurus has an unspoken rule: if it's not worth doing beautifully, it's not worth doing at all. That's why their craft is always refined, their image always polished, their legacy always solid. They might move slower than others, but when they arrive, they stay. Fame for Taurus is a garden, not a wildfire. They nurture it, protect it, and let it bloom naturally. Their connection to Venus also gives them an eye for aesthetics. Taurus celebrities often have impeccable style and a sense of sensuality that feels effortless. They know how to make people feel comfort, warmth, and admiration. And yet, behind that elegance, there's a hidden hunger, not for chaos, but for excellence and recognition. Taurus wants to be respected for their work, admired for their steadiness, and remembered for their impact. They're the quiet powerhouses of the Zodiac, never loud but always strong. They'll outlast trends, weather storms, and turn slow progress into lifelong achievement. When Taurus reaches fame, it's not fleeting. They don't just rise, they root themselves in history. So while Aries burns their way into the spotlight, Taurus builds theirs, brick by brick, song by song, film by film. Their fame isn't just a moment, it's a monument. And that's the Taurus secret: patience may not be flashy, but it always wins. Next up, Gemini, the sign of duality and communication. Gemini, ruled by Mercury, is the cosmic voice of curiosity and conversation. If the Zodiac were a talk show, Gemini would be both the host and the guest, switching roles, accents, and opinions with lightning speed. These social butterflies were practically born to entertain, but it's not just about attention, it's about connection. For Gemini, words are art, and the world is their audience. They have the unique ability to make anyone feel seen and heard, even while their minds are already racing to the next topic. What makes Gemini so magnetic is their duality. One minute they're deep and introspective, the next they're cracking jokes and changing the mood entirely. That unpredictable rhythm keeps people hooked. It's like watching fireworks, colorful, loud, impossible to look away from. Geminis thrive in spaces that reward adaptability: acting, writing, performing, politics, or social media. Fame suits them because they know how to play with identity, to evolve before the world even realizes they're changing. Communication isn't just a skill for Gemini, it's their lifeblood. They think fast, talk faster, and feel everything through words. When they speak, it feels spontaneous yet somehow perfectly timed. It's no wonder many Geminis dominate creative industries. They know how to spin a story, how to charm a room, and how to make an idea viral before anyone else has caught up. But beneath that quicksilver charm lies a restless soul. Geminis crave stimulation like others crave air. They're constantly learning, experimenting, pushing boundaries. Fame becomes an outlet for that restless energy, a stage large enough to hold all their personalities at once. Whether it's Kanye West breaking molds in music and fashion, or Angelina Jolie balancing Hollywood glamour with humanitarian depth, Geminis turn their contradictions into art. Their unpredictability is their brand. They don't just adapt to trends, they invent them, abandon them, and then return to them in a completely new way. One day, they're rebels, the next, philosophers. They're never the same person twice, and that's exactly why people can't stop watching. For a Gemini, fame isn't just about being seen, it's about being understood, even when they can't quite define themselves. What makes them unstoppable is their wit, that sharp, clever humor that cuts through dullness like sunlight through clouds. They make people laugh, think, and feel in the span of a single conversation. They could sell you a story you already know, and somehow make it sound brand new. Their mind is a kaleidoscope, constantly turning, constantly dazzling. And yet, when a Gemini becomes famous, they often carry an invisible struggle, the need to balance their dual nature. They want privacy but crave connection. They want stability but live for change. They are both the storyteller and the story. Their fame reflects that paradox: brilliant, spontaneous, and eternally evolving. So when you see someone reinventing themselves every season, keeping the world guessing, captivating audiences with words, ideas, and charisma. Chances are, they're a Gemini. They remind us that fame doesn't have to be consistent to be powerful, it just has to be alive. Cancer, on the other hand, rules emotions, and that's their secret weapon. Cancer is the heart of the zodiac, tender, intuitive, and profoundly connected to human emotion. Where Gemini communicates with words, Cancer communicates with feeling. They don't just express, they channel. Their sensitivity is their art form. Whether it's through music, painting, acting, or storytelling, they draw people into their emotional world and make them feel something real. That's their magic, empathy that translates into fame. Ruled by the moon, Cancer's moods ebb and flow, but their emotional depth never fades. They have this uncanny ability to mirror collective feeling, to say or create what others are too vulnerable to admit. When a Cancer speaks, sings, or acts, it's raw and unfiltered, and that authenticity resonates deeply. People don't just admire them, they trust them. Their fame is often built not on performance, but on sincerity. Selena Gomez is a perfect example. Her voice and vulnerability have become her strength, her honesty her brand. Tom Hanks, another Cancer, embodies warmth, reliability, and heart, the qualities that make millions feel safe in his presence. Cancers don't chase fame for glory, they seek connection, healing, and meaning. Fame finds them when they start sharing their truth. Emotion is their superpower. They feel everything, their own pain, the world's pain, the quiet joy of others, and they transform those emotions into stories that heal. They might cry behind the scenes, but those tears water the roots of their creativity. Their art isn't polished perfection, it's soul. When a Cancer creates, it's deeply personal. They pour themselves into their work until it breathes with life. That vulnerability becomes their signature, the thing that separates them from others. Their fans sense it instinctively. This isn't performance, this is presence. Every lyric, every glance, every gesture feels authentic because it is. Cancers are often private people who become public figures by accident. They rarely seek the spotlight, but when they share their gifts, the world can't look away. Their fame tends to grow quietly, like waves gathering strength before the tide. They may start small, but once they open their hearts, their reach becomes tidal, washing over people in a way that lingers long after the spotlight fades. And while other signs might burn bright and fast, Cancer's fame endures because it's rooted in love. They connect with audiences on a soul level, turning fans into family. Their legacy isn't measured in awards or headlines, but in the way they make people feel seen. Even in their quietest moments, Cancers radiate a certain softness that draws others in. They remind us that being gentle doesn't mean being weak, it means being brave enough to care. In a world obsessed with image, their vulnerability becomes rebellion. So, when you find yourself moved to tears by a song, a performance, or a story that feels too real to be fiction, there's a good chance a Cancer wrote it, sang it, or lived it. Their fame isn't built on spectacle, it's built on sincerity. And that kind of fame, the one that touches hearts instead of egos, never fades. And then there's Leo. Come on, did you really think we'd skip them? Leos were born for the spotlight. If the zodiac were a theater, Leo would be center stage. Lights blazing, audience mesmerized, curtain forever half raised for one more encore. Ruled by the sun itself, Leo doesn't just shine, they are the light. Everything about them radiates power, presence, and charisma. When they walk into a room, heads turn, not because they demand it, but because energy naturally gravitates toward them. Fame isn't an accident for Leo, it's their destiny written in gold. Their confidence isn't arrogance, it's self-belief at its purest form. Leos understand that the world mirrors the energy you project. They project royalty. They were never meant to blend in. They were born to stand out, to inspire, to lead, to ignite. That's why so many Leos find their way into the public eye, from Jennifer Lopez, who transforms every stage into her kingdom, to Madonna, the eternal chameleon of reinvention. Leo doesn't just perform, they command. They don't seek validation, they are the validation. But here's what's fascinating. Their magnetism isn't just about looks or talent, it's about heart. Leo rules the heart in astrology, and that's exactly what they lead with. When a Leo loves, they love fiercely. When they create, they pour their entire soul into it. Their passion is contagious. It makes people believe in themselves just by watching a Leo believe in their dream. They thrive on admiration, yes, but not for shallow reasons. They want to make people feel alive. Fame for Leo isn't about ego, it's about impact. They want to be remembered, celebrated, immortalized. Their legacy matters more than the spotlight itself. The applause isn't just noise, it's energy that fuels their fire. And when they face criticism, because every star does, Leo transforms it into motivation. They never crumble under pressure, they roar louder. Their confidence can look effortless, but behind it lies dedication, resilience, and an unshakable sense of purpose. They believe that every stage, every challenge, every setback is a test of their light, and they always pass. Leos are natural leaders, not just in entertainment but in any sphere that demands courage and creativity. They have that rare mix of warmth and dominance, the ability to inspire others while standing firm in their own truth. They're loyal to their people, protective of their pride, and generous to those they love. When a Leo becomes famous, it's never subtle. They go big, bold, and unforgettable. Their fame burns bright and stays etched in memory, not because they chase trends, but because they set them. The world remembers them not only for what they do, but for how they make us feel. When a Leo shines, they remind us that confidence is not arrogance, it's self-recognition. It's the art of saying, "I was born for this," and proving it every single day. So, when fame looks effortless, radiant, and regal, look closer. Chances are, there's a Leo ruling that stage, turning life itself into a standing ovation. Moving to Virgo, the perfectionist. At first glance, Virgo doesn't seem like the type to chase fame. They're meticulous, analytical, and often prefer structure over chaos. But don't mistake their quiet nature for a lack of ambition. Virgos crave excellence, and that very pursuit often leads them to greatness. They may not seek the spotlight, but the spotlight can't help but find them. When Virgo creates, it's flawless. When they perform, it's calculated precision wrapped in artistry. Fame, for Virgo, is never accidental, it's earned. Ruled by Mercury, Virgo combines intellect with intuition. They don't just work hard. They study success, deconstruct it, and rebuild it to perfection. Behind every Virgo celebrity lies an endless cycle of improvement, rehearsing, refining, polishing, until even perfection feels insufficient. Beyoncé, perhaps the most iconic Virgo of all, embodies this essence. Every performance, every note, every detail crafted with divine precision. She doesn't perform, she curates experiences. Virgo's relationship with fame is complex. They're humble, often uncomfortable with excessive praise, yet internally driven by the need to be the best. They set impossibly high standards for themselves, not because they crave approval, but because they believe excellence is respect, for themselves and for their art. They may not flaunt their brilliance loudly, but their results speak in symphonies. Their fame tends to rise quietly, methodical, strategic, unstoppable. While others burn fast, Virgo builds an empire brick by brick. Their success is sustainable because it's rooted in discipline. They don't rely on luck or image, they rely on skill, planning, and integrity. And when they finally step into the spotlight, they do so as masters of their craft. But make no mistake, Virgo's perfectionism is both their greatest strength and their heaviest burden. They're their own harshest critics. They'll win awards and still think they could have done better. Yet that humility is what keeps them relevant long after trends fade. People trust Virgo's authenticity, their refusal to cut corners, their obsession with getting things right. Their fame often feels clean, elegant, purposeful. They're rarely scandal-driven. Instead, they're admired for consistency and control. The Virgo celebrity doesn't chase chaos, they orchestrate beauty from order. Their public image is polished but not fake, every move intentional, every word considered. And yet, behind that disciplined exterior, Virgo hides a deep emotional world. They may appear composed, but inside, they care deeply about people, purpose, and doing things that matter. Their perfectionism is often an expression of love for their craft, their audience, their legacy. When Virgo reaches fame, they redefine professionalism. They inspire others to rise, to focus, to care. Their legacy is built not just on what they've achieved, but on the quiet message behind their success. Greatness isn't loud, it's consistent. So while Leos set the stage ablaze with fire and flare, Virgos construct it piece by piece, ensuring every light, line, and note is just right. If Leo rules the spotlight, Virgo designs it. Fame bows to Leo's energy, but it respects Virgo's mastery. Libra, ruled by Venus, craves balance, beauty, and charm. Three qualities that make them social icons. Libra is the artist of the zodiac, the curator of harmony, grace, and aesthetic perfection. Ruled by Venus, the planet of love and art, Libra's entire life feels like a masterpiece in progress. Everything they do, the way they speak, dress, laugh, or move, carries a sense of effortless beauty. Libras don't force attention, they invite it. They are the ones people are drawn to without even realizing why. There's a rhythm in their presence, a gentle magnetism that feels both calming and intoxicating. They crave balance not only in relationships but in how they present themselves to the world. To Libra, fame isn't about noise, it's about energy. They want harmony between their public persona and private truth, between their image and integrity. When they become famous, it's rarely through aggression or shock value. It happens because they embody something the world needs, a sense of refinement, connection, and beauty in a world that often forgets both. The Venusian touch gives Libras a natural sense of elegance. They understand aesthetics intuitively, colors, tones, moods. That's why so many Libras find success in fashion, film, art, and diplomacy. They just get what people find beautiful. Think Kim Kardashian, whose ability to turn visual appeal into an empire, or Will Smith, whose charisma bridges generations and genres. Libras know how to make people feel good simply by being themselves. Their it factor isn't loud, it's subtle yet irresistible. Libras are masters of charm, using grace and diplomacy to navigate every situation. They can disarm tension with a smile, turn critics into fans, and make even their flaws look deliberate. They don't just attract fame, they maintain it, because they know the art of balance better than anyone else. But make no mistake, behind that calm exterior lies a sharp intellect. Libras are thinkers, strategists, and idealists. They crave fairness and often use their influence to promote unity and equality. They have the rare ability to see every side of a situation, making them not just stars, but mediators and bridges between worlds. When Libra becomes famous, they become symbols of grace, beauty, and poise under pressure. They redefine what it means to be adored, showing that gentleness can be powerful, and that kindness doesn't make you weak, it makes you magnetic. Their fame tends to last because it's not built on shock, it's built on connection. People trust Libras, they feel seen and understood by them. Whether it's through art, conversation, or presence, Libras leave people better than they found them. And in an age obsessed with chaos, that's a rare kind of stardom. So while others might demand attention, Libra earns it simply by being. They remind the world that elegance still matters, that balance is still beautiful, and that charm, true, effortless charm, is the most powerful kind of fame there is. Scorpio brings intensity and mystery. Scorpio is the dark flame of the zodiac, magnetic, mysterious, and endlessly transformative. Where other signs shine outward, Scorpio glows from within, burning with emotion and power that few can comprehend. They don't need to seek the spotlight, it finds them, drawn by their depth, their secrets, and their ability to turn pain into pure art. Scorpio doesn't perform fame, they embody it, often without even trying. Ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation, and Mars, the planet of drive, Scorpio's fame always comes with layers. They are the phoenix of the zodiac, constantly reinventing themselves, rising stronger after every fall. It's not just talent that makes them unforgettable, it's the way they channel their intensity into everything they do. When a Scorpio speaks, sings, acts, or writes, there's a haunting truth in their expression. It's raw, it's vulnerable, it's real. Scorpios draw people in like moths to a flame, not because they reveal everything, but because they don't. Mystery is their currency. In a world addicted to oversharing, Scorpio understands the power of privacy. They control their narrative with surgical precision, giving just enough to intrigue, but never enough to lose their power. That's why fame chases them. The world is fascinated by what it can't quite define. Drake, a quintessential Scorpio, turns emotion into poetry, heartbreak into an empire. Katy Perry reinvents herself again and again, transforming pain into performance, vulnerability into spectacle. These are Scorpios in their element, alchemists who turn their inner world into something universal. What separates Scorpio from every other sign is their emotional intensity. They feel deeper, love harder, and hurt longer, but instead of breaking, they transform. Fame becomes a mirror for their evolution. They don't just grow as artists, they shed skins. Each new chapter of their career feels like a rebirth, both familiar and entirely new. But Scorpios aren't interested in superficial success. They crave meaning, impact, legacy. They'd rather be controversial than shallow, misunderstood than forgettable. Their presence demands reaction. People either adore them or fear them, but no one ignores them. That polarizing energy fuels their mystique. They also have an uncanny ability to reinvent their image with perfect timing. Just when you think you understand them, they emerge with a new version of themselves, sharper, bolder, more powerful. Their fame is cyclical, mirroring the rhythm of death and rebirth that defines their soul. Scorpio's relationship with fame is personal and sacred. They guard their inner world fiercely, even as they captivate millions. Fame doesn't define them, it serves them, a vehicle through which they explore transformation and truth. When a Scorpio performs, it's never surface level. Their art demands emotional surrender. You don't just watch a Scorpio, you experience them. Every note, every line, every gesture carries weight, an invisible current that pulls you closer. They are often misunderstood, labeled as too intense, too private, too mysterious, but that's what keeps their allure alive. Scorpio doesn't want to be everyone's favorite, they want to be unforgettable to someone. And that's why their fame endures. It's not built on image or trend, but on authenticity and evolution. Scorpios remind the world that fame isn't about light, it's about depth. They show that the most powerful stars aren't the ones who shine the brightest, but the ones who burn the longest. When Scorpio rises, they don't just entertain, they transform culture itself. Their story isn't about chasing fame, it's about becoming it. Then there's Sagittarius, the adventurer and storyteller of the Zodiac. If the Zodiac were a movie, Sagittarius would be the daring explorer, the one chasing sunsets, cracking jokes in chaos, and turning every experience into a story worth retelling. Ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, Sagittarians are the eternal optimists. They carry an inner fire that refuses to be dimmed by routine, fear, or failure. Life, to them, is an open road, full of risks, laughter, and lessons, and they travel it with unshakable confidence. Sagittarius is born with wanderlust in their soul. They crave not just physical freedom, but mental and emotional liberation too. They thrive in spaces that allow exploration, creative industries, travel, music, film, philosophy. When they chase fame, it's never for the applause alone. It's for the story, the experience, the journey of self-expression. They're not interested in fame that feels confined. They want success that expands with them, that evolves as they do. Their optimism makes them magnetic. Even when they fail, they do it with flair and humor, and people love them for it. There's something refreshing about their transparency. They'll tell you about their mistakes, laugh about them, and turn them into art. Taylor Swift, a Sagittarius, embodies this energy perfectly. She turns heartbreak into poetry, reinvention into rhythm. Brad Pitt, another Sagittarius, approaches fame with that same laid-back charm, confident, adventurous, yet never predictable. Sagittarius has a natural storytelling gift. They don't just experience life, they interpret it. They find meaning in chaos and humor in pain, weaving it all into something the world can connect to. Their honesty makes them relatable, and their confidence makes them unforgettable. People don't follow Sagittarians because they're perfect. They follow them because they're real. Their fame often feels spontaneous, like lightning, unexpected, powerful, and contagious. They're the kind who will go viral without even trying, because their energy is unfiltered. They don't manufacture authenticity, they are authenticity. And that's what resonates with audiences, their refusal to be boxed in. But behind their free-spirited image lies an intense curiosity. Sagittarius wants to understand everything: cultures, beliefs, emotions, people. They study the world not through textbooks, but through experience. Fame becomes their passport to exploration. Every project, every performance, every creative leap a new frontier. They're also truth seekers. They despise superficiality and can spot fake energy from miles away. Their authenticity is their armor. Their humor is their sword. When others shy away from uncomfortable truths, Sagittarius charges in with a grin and a story that makes even the hardest truths easier to swallow. And though they seem carefree, there's wisdom beneath their laughter. They've seen enough of life's ups and downs to know that joy is a choice, one they make over and over again. That's why their fame lasts. It's built on joy, resilience, and evolution. They remind us that freedom isn't just about breaking rules, it's about knowing yourself well enough to write your own. When Sagittarius rises to fame, they do it on their own terms. They refuse to follow trends, they create waves. They don't just entertain, they inspire movement, adventure, and curiosity in everyone who watches them. Their legacy isn't measured by fame alone, but by the journeys they ignite in others. So if you've ever met someone who seems to glow with life, who can turn failure into a funny story and chaos into charm, chances are, you've met a Sagittarius. They're the cosmic storytellers, proving that fame isn't about control. It's about freedom, laughter, and the courage to keep exploring the unknown. Capricorn, disciplined, ambitious, and endlessly hardworking. Capricorn is the builder of empires, the quiet strategist who climbs mountains others are too afraid to face. Ruled by Saturn, the planet of structure, discipline, and time, Capricorns know that success isn't born overnight. It's crafted, brick by brick, with persistence that borders on divine. Fame for them isn't luck. It's the logical conclusion of effort, patience, and vision. Capricorns are grounded realists in a world of dreamers. They understand the price of glory and are more than willing to pay it. While others fantasize about the spotlight, Capricorn is behind the scenes, planning, perfecting, preparing. And when they finally step into the light, they do so as masters, not amateurs. Michelle Obama's quiet strength and calculated grace? That's pure Capricorn. Bradley Cooper's dedication to evolving as both actor and filmmaker? Another perfect example. Capricorns earn every ounce of their fame. Their ambition is legendary, but it's not about ego, it's about purpose. They want their work to mean something. They're the kind of people who build legacies that last generations, not trends that fade by Tuesday. Every Capricorn knows that the path to greatness is long and steep, but they climb anyway, one careful, determined step at a time. Their relationship with fame is pragmatic. They don't crave attention for its own sake. They crave achievement. The respect that comes from mastery, the quiet nods from peers who recognize the grind, that's what fuels them. They'd rather be known as the best in their field than the loudest in the room. And yet, because of that discipline, fame naturally gravitates toward them. Capricorns are perfectionists, but their perfection isn't about image, it's about integrity. They take their craft seriously, whatever it is, and people can sense that authenticity. Their success feels stable, trustworthy, earned. When they make it, it's not a fluke, it's the result of consistency and self-belief. They're not impulsive, they study the system, learn the rules, and then master them. Fame for Capricorn often comes later in life, after years of quiet dedication, but when it does, it's enduring. They don't fade out, they age into greatness. Every success becomes a stepping stone to something even more profound, yet beneath their stoic exterior, there's deep passion. Capricorn feels everything, they just channel it differently. Instead of emotional displays, they express it through discipline, through the pursuit of excellence. Their devotion to their goals is a kind of love story, one between them and their destiny. Their fame often carries a sense of respect. They command admiration not through noise, but through the weight of their accomplishments. They become symbols of endurance, showing the world that consistency is still the most underrated form of genius. Michelle Obama's elegance under pressure, her ability to turn integrity into influence, that's Capricorn power. Bradley Cooper's transition from actor to director, mastering one craft before conquering another, also Capricorn energy. They don't chase the moment, they build empires that last beyond it. Capricorns redefine success because they understand its foundation: resilience, discipline, and authenticity. They remind us that the greatest heights are reached not by shortcuts, but by patience. Fame bows to them not because they demanded it, but because they deserved it. So when you see someone whose rise seems inevitable, slow, steady, unstoppable, you're witnessing Capricorn in motion. Their fame is not fireworks, it's sunrise, steady, inevitable, and illuminating everything in its path. Aquarius is the visionary. Aquarius doesn't simply exist in the present, they live 10 steps ahead of it. If the Zodiac were a brainstorming session, Aquarius would be the one standing at the whiteboard, drawing constellations where everyone else sees dots. They are ruled by Uranus, the planet of innovation and revolution, and that energy makes them magnetic to change. These are the people who redefine what's possible, who refuse to fit inside a mold because they were born to shatter it. When everyone else asks, why? Aquarius asks, why not? They don't follow trends, they invent them. Aquarians are often the minds behind movements, the creators of culture, the disruptors of monotony. Fame, for them, isn't about validation, it's a side effect of authenticity. They do things differently because they can't do them any other way. Oprah Winfrey didn't just become a talk show host, she revolutionized empathy on television, turning vulnerability into power. Harry Styles didn't just sing, he blurred boundaries of gender, style, and sound, creating a new language of self-expression. That's the Aquarian spirit, fearless originality wrapped in human connection. They thrive on ideas. For Aquarius, intellect is currency and imagination is freedom. They're curious, experimental, and sometimes delightfully unpredictable. They're the ones who start conversations that change how people think, about art, society, or even themselves. Their genius often feels misunderstood at first, they're too far ahead for the world to catch up. But when it does, it realizes that Aquarius was right all along. Their fame usually grows organically, sparked by something that feels more like vision than ambition. They're the type to stumble into success because they were too busy creating something new to notice people watching. And when they realize they have influence, they use it for progress, pushing boundaries, amplifying voices, and questioning systems. They're not interested in fame that flatters, they want fame that matters. What makes Aquarius so unforgettable is their courage to be weird, not performatively, but sincerely. They wear their eccentricity like armor, turning individuality into inspiration. They remind the world that genius often looks strange before it becomes legendary. Their art, their ideas, their style, all of it challenges the norm and invites others to embrace their own uniqueness. There's a humanitarian side to every Aquarius star. Beneath their independence lies deep compassion for humanity. They care about collective growth, about making the world better through creativity and awareness. Their fame is rarely self-centered, it's connective, a bridge between originality and empathy. They're the rebels with a cause, the ones who make being different feel like destiny. When Aquarius becomes famous, it's not through imitation but innovation. They don't compete in a race, they create a whole new game. They redefine cool, success, and even identity itself. Their fans don't just admire them, they follow them, into new worlds, new ideas, and new possibilities. They are the lightning bolts of the Zodiac, striking unexpectedly, illuminating everything around them, and leaving the world permanently changed. Their legacy isn't about being understood, it's about making others think. So if fame is a reflection of originality, Aquarius is the mirror itself, showing us what the future looks like long before it arrives. Finally, Pisces, the dreamers. Pisces is the soul of the zodiac, fluid, emotional, and endlessly imaginative. Ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusion, Pisces doesn't just see the world as it is, they see it as it could be. They live in a reality colored by feeling, rhythm, and intuition. Everything about them, their art, their energy, their fame, comes from that deep ocean within. These artistic souls don't perform for attention, they perform to express what words can't capture. Their creativity knows no bounds because they don't recognize limits. To Pisces, art isn't a choice, it's oxygen. Whether through music, film, painting, or fashion, they channel emotion so pure it feels divine. When Rihanna sings, it's not just a song, it's a mood, a vibration that lingers. When Justin Bieber performs, you can hear the boy who once dreamed beyond his small-town walls and turned that vulnerability into connection. That's Pisces' power, sensitivity turned into superstardom. They are empaths by nature, absorbing the emotions of others like waves pulling at the shore. This gift makes them extraordinary storytellers. They feel the world's pain and beauty simultaneously, and their art becomes the bridge that lets others feel it too. Pisces' fame often comes from that emotional resonance. People see themselves reflected in their depth, their softness, their hope. Pisces doesn't chase fame, they float toward it, carried by creativity and intuition. Their charm lies in effortlessness. They don't have to try to be fascinating, they simply are. People are drawn to them because they radiate vulnerability and magic in equal measure. There's something otherworldly about them, as if they've lived 100 lifetimes and learned to sing them all into existence. Their imagination is both a gift and a challenge. Pisces can lose themselves in their dreams, blurring the line between fantasy and reality. But that's where their genius hides, in that foggy space between the seen and the unseen. They pull inspiration from the subconscious, from the unseen emotions that everyone feels but can't articulate. Fame, for Pisces, becomes a spiritual experience. It's not just about success, it's about meaning. They crave connection more than recognition, and when their work touches people, it feels like destiny unfolding. Their art heals, comforts, and inspires, not because it's flawless, but because it's felt. Pisces artists are shapeshifters. They can embody any emotion, any genre, any identity, because empathy allows them to become whatever the story requires. One moment they're ethereal, the next raw and human. Their versatility makes them timeless, and their humility makes them beloved. Even when the world is loud, Pisces finds serenity in creation. They turn heartbreak into beauty, chaos into melody, and solitude into art. Their fame flows like water, gentle, steady, unstoppable. They don't need to dominate the world, they simply move it. Pisces reminds us that true fame isn't measured by numbers or noise, it's measured by how deeply you touch hearts. They are the dreamers who turn emotion into legacy, who make vulnerability look brave, who remind us that softness can be powerful. So when you listen to a song that makes you cry, watch a film that makes you believe again, or see beauty in something broken, know that somewhere, a Pisces dreamed it first. Their gift is not just creating art, but reminding humanity to feel again. So, what's the secret? Fame isn't just about luck or talent, it's about alignment. When your passion matches your purpose, the stars seem to open doors you never knew existed. And now I've got to ask, which sign are you, and do you see your inner superstar starting to rise? If you enjoyed this cosmic deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow stargazers. And hey, don't forget to check the links in the description for more videos that reveal what the stars are whispering about you.